Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel, honey, and welcome back to another quick chat. All right, we about to go ahead and get into a few of the stories over here on some of the favorite blogs. Okay, so let's go ahead and just check out and just get into a few things. As you guys come into the video, definitely make sure that you guys are liking the video. Okay, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch gears. I want to get over here and get into Miss Fantasia. Okay, Oprah and Fantasia ended up having a sit down recently. As y'all know, they are starting to premiere the musical for The Color Purple, which I definitely plan on seeing. Okay, it's not out until December 25th on Christmas Day. I can't guarantee I'm gonna go see it on Christmas Day, but I definitely want to see it. If I have to wait, girl, I'm just gonna have to wait till it's released. But I'm gonna try to get to the theaters so that I can check it out. You feel what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be very good. I do believe that Fantasia is playing the character Celie. Okay, if I'm correct. And she's having this sit down with Oprah because there's a particular song that she's going to be singing on the in the movie, and Oprah just wanted to know what was on her mind. How did she really tap into that space to sing this song and what it means to her and everything. So I just want to go ahead and just check out what it is she had to say. So let's just see what they're saying here.
Seen you sing that song "I'm Here"
If I can get
100
my
times,
audio to work.
and every time it still takes my breath away. I mean, the power and depth of emotion that's coming through. It's like you're not just singing that song for you. You're singing it for everyone who has endured any kind of pain and been allowed to come out on the other side of it and be victorious. What were you tapping into to reach that kind of power? Because it literally comes through the screen.
When we hear "I'm here," everybody can relate because we've all been through some things. And for me, I tap into my grandmother when I sung it on set.
You were thinking about your grandmother.
Yeah. Strong Black woman. She's not with us today, but I know she's watching. She's here with me. So I tap into her, I sing it for her. I know what she went through. I know her story. So I sing it for every Black woman who's been through something, who's been told that they're nothing, they will never be nothing, that they're ugly because of the color of their skin. I'm singing it for them. And I want them to walk out of the theater, and I want them to know that they are queens. No matter what a man says, no matter what you've been through, that is your testimony. Use it. Don't let it break you. Use it.
Girl, that right there, listen, this Color Purple, in my opinion, finna hit very different, girl. I think it's gonna be hella emotional, honey. And they casted the right person, in my opinion. I feel like Fantasia just has that voice, girl. She could really get you deep down in your feelings, honey. I love when she sings I don't know, I guess like redemption songs is what you'll say. I love when she sings redemption songs, like her vocals, the shakiness, the everything, like the struggle, like you just hear everything in her voice, and I love it. It was a song that she sung on Even Angels Can Learn How to Fly. She sung this years ago on the Oprah show. Years ago, I think she had on all white. I don't know if she had on all white or gold. I might be getting her confused with one of her performances that she had on American Idol, but whatever it was, girl, she had me in my feelings on that. I was like, ooh, girl, that live version she did on the Oprah show years ago, Even Angels Can Fly. And I think that could have been after she was going through her struggle with her baby daddy, or that whole situation there. Man, I'm so proud and happy for Fantasia. Like, she truly is a walking testimony. She's still out here doing things, making it happen. And I'm just so proud of her. I am so proud of this woman. Looking forward to hearing her sing this. Definitely felt the passion and the emotion from the snippet that we did hear, and then to hear who she was thinking about in this moment, which was her grandmama. Was like, yes, Fantasia, I'm here you. Okay, I'm here for you. She said this song is for the people that probably have been told that they ain't SHI, ain't gonna be SHI, whatever the case is. Baby, I'm here. But Dear God, Eyes Here. I love it. I love it so much. So shout out to Fantasia and Oprah. For The Color Purple, honey. Y'all let me know if y'all are going to be checking it out, okay? Let me know if you're going to go to the theaters and see what it's giving. Now, as we talk about that, let me just see, because I also want to talk to y'all about while we're talking about music and getting emotional when singing songs, I want to talk about Adele. Okay, so let's get into Adele real quick, because according to the Neighborhood Talk, they're saying that Adele says she doesn't think anyone should be covering her songs. They're quoting her saying, "No one can sing my songs like me. They can't sing." Okay, so let's get into some of the details of what they're putting down in the caption area. They're saying that she had a sit down with Hollywood Reporter where you can hear her being quoted to say, "I think I'm not the best singer in the world at all, but no one else can sing my songs like me because they didn't write them." All right. She says, the people who do cover her songs can't sing. She says, "No one can sing my songs like me, period. They can't sing." She says, "The lyrics are not their own, and I don't think anyone should sing my songs." She says, "I don't mind it when they do, but I'm just saying they're never going to be able to emote it in the way that she has emoted her songs because she wrote her songs." And that makes sense in a bit, because it's like you went through certain things when you were writing these songs. You know what I'm saying? They're your emotions. Nobody's going to be able to give the soulfulness to the songs the way that you are, I suppose, because of what you were going through in that moment when you wrote it. Okay. They go on to say, to be fair, Adele said the same could be said of her. Same way that I can't sing other people's songs. She says, "I didn't write the lyrics and I can't sing them as well." She said, "It's important to note that when asked about Aretha's cover, apart from," Adele said this, okay? "Apart from Aretha Franklin, no, I don't mind it when they do, but I'm just saying they're never going to be able to emote it." Okay, so first of all, why y'all asking this lady about Aretha when she passed away? Y'all love going around disturbing the dead, bringing them up and stuff. And y'all know Aretha won't want to have nothing to do with that damn conversation. So I don't know why y'all asking Adele about her. And it's so funny because I feel like Aretha probably felt the same way as Adele. "Girl, you can't sing my song. Not like I can sing it." Okay. So don't get over here thinking you finna come down here and shooby dooby doo and doo wop all over my song. It's mine, not yours. So no, ma'am, you can't do it like I can. Nobody do it like I could do. And although I understand where Adele is coming from, I do feel like it is her song. She can feel however she wants to feel. But some part of me kind of disagrees. Like, I wouldn't go so far to say those people can't sing, because there might be some people out there that can sing it better than you. And then you wrote this song based on your emotions, but maybe somebody was going through something similar as you were going through. You know, if not the exact same thing, maybe they can relate and they bring their own emotion to the song when they cover the song. So for me, I don't understand the big deal about it. I'm sure she said a lot of stuff in her interview, but for some reason this is what's going viral, and I just don't think that is that big of a deal in my personal. Now, as you go through the comments, well-known singer, okay, Miss Selena Johnson had a lot to say to Adele when it came down to this particular situation, and it seems like she does not agree with anything that Adele has to say. So let's get into what Selena says. Selena says, "Girl, bye." Okay, she says, "We don't make these records so that we can sit and listen to them and have our own emotions. We make them so that others can heal, be inspired, and or motivated. We make music for others to feel." That I agree with. Y'all do. So for you to sit up there and say that they can't emote like I can, yes, we get that. We get it. They can't. However, it doesn't mean that they cannot feel what they feel as they sing your music, okay? Or as they cover your music, all right? Now, Selena goes on to say, "Otherwise, don't release it and sing it in the shower." Don't agree? Question mark. She says, "Ask the people who pay their money to come and get those very emotions, okay?" She says, "As far as someone covering a song, that is the highest form of flattery, especially when you write it." So you know what? When I hear this, that's the highest form of flattery, especially when you write it. Listen, if y'all honor Adele in the future and y'all need somebody to sing her songs to her, as they do on the BET Awards and other award shows when they're trying to honor the very person, that they're awarding or whatever the case is, don't sing her songs, girl. Just play it in the background. Get this lady her award, and then let her come on stage and sing her own shit, because we already know Adele gonna be too pressed about somebody covering her damn song to honor her, to actually, you know, receive everything. Okay, so y'all just get this lady her trophy, whatever y'all finna get this lady, and then let her come on stage and sing her own shit. Okay, because I ain't got time to be having the camera on Adele's face and her, one, faking it like she's enjoying it, or two, scrunching up her damn face because she ain't want to hear y'all covering her damn songs anyway. Okay, anywho, Selena goes on to say, means they either love it. She says that as for someone covering a song, that is the highest form of flattery, especially when you write it. Means they either love it, like it, or they feel connected to you or it. And Aretha is the queen of soul, the very soul Adele's music appears to be influenced by. Hello? She says, so her covering your song is the highest of high. To say they can't sing gotta be a typo, because, girl, that's crazy. All right, so this is what Selena had to say in response to Adele, and I can't say that I 100% disagree with that. Now they're just showing a few people that are covering Adele songs, and Adele is really not here for it. But you know, Adele, I wonder, you sat up there and you praised Beyonce when you got an award over her and highlighted her and everything. So if Beyonce covered your song at one of her concerts, are you going to feel offended by that? Would you feel offended by that? Because I feel like a lot of artists cover songs, especially at concerts. They go back, they cover somebody else's song, and sometimes it's not to the exact same method in which your song is. They kind of sing their own rendition as to, like, if they had the song, how they would have probably performed it. So I don't know. I just don't think it should be that big of a deal in my personal. You know what I'm saying? You make music not just for yourself, but for others. You wrote it for yourself. You decided to put it out for other people. So now it's out here for public consumption, in my opinion. All right. So if they want to cover it, that's just what it is. I know you say that you don't mind. At least that's what you said. But then everything else that you gave was you really do mind. And you also said they can't sing. So, and they can't do it like you. They can't emote like you. And I get that. But who's to say they trying to emote like you are? You know what I'm saying? Your song probably helped them through something different that they were going through at that time. So they have different emotions. Like, I don't know. It was just silly, in my opinion. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments about it down below. I can't say that I agree with Adele on this, but it's her music and she can do whatever it is she want to do with it, because that's just how she is. Okay, so good luck. Let's keep going. Is there anything else I have over here? Let's see, Terrence Howard. I do want to hear this, because I did see a interview that he did a while back over on TikTok. I saw it. He had a sit down interview with somebody where he kind of talked about his experience in the acting industry. And he talked about how he probably got paid maybe like $10,000 or something for doing Hustle and Flow. So he really didn't make a lot of money and stuff. And he was just talking about being shortchanged. I feel like a lot of the conversation really started from talking about the actor's strike or whatnot. So I saw that surfacing at some point in November. Now we're fast forwarding to December, and it looks like he is actually prepared to sue, okay, to get what is exactly owed to him. All right. But I'm not sure if it's for Hustle and Flow, or if it's going to be for, it looks like it's for Empire, because I believe he also talked about that in the interview as well, and not, I believe, getting all of the royalties or something like that. So we're going to get into it. Shout out to Terrence Howard. And if y'all didn't know, that man is very smart. Like, I believe he really like understand physics and everything. Like, he's like intelligent, like smart as hell, like on the science spectrum of things I would never probably understand, but he's very smart. He also decided last year around this time that he was going to retire from acting. Okay, so I don't know what brought that about, but we're definitely going to get into what he has to say here about this situation. So let me just get into the article first, and then, well, no, we'll hear what he has to say first. So let me see if I can refresh and get into it.
To look after me, and they looked after themselves. I can't say that this was a racial issue, but I cannot imagine that white actors that are comparable to the numbers and the accolades and the world recognition that I have, I can't imagine that CAA would allow them to be misused and treated in the way that they allowed Fox to misuse me or to be paid the way that I was paid. I trusted CAA to...
So where does Lee Daniels come in all of this? Did he have anything to do with you not receiving the amount that you wanted, or once he wrote the show, passed it over to the production team and the company, they made the decision as to what happens next? I'm just wondering, okay? But they're saying Terrence Howard is suing his former talent agency for allegedly asking him to take a lower salary for the show Empire. I can't imagine another counterpart receiving the lowball pay that I was receiving. Okay, they're saying, according to CBS News, Terrence was aware that the agency would be receiving a fee, okay, for packaging the project, but was unaware of the conflicts of interest CAA was faced with by not only having their own financial interest incorporated into the project, but in also representing the actors and the production companies the suit states. Interesting. I gotta look into that more. Conflicts of interest, unaware of the conflicts of interest that CAA was faced with by not only having their own financial interest incorporated in the project. So y'all was already having some little finagling of the money inside the project, and then turned around and represented those very actors and production companies. So y'all probably got, I don't know, I could be misreading this, but it's giving double dipping just a bit. Maybe I'm tripping, but let's keep going. So it looks like they are here quoting the lawsuit, saying despite this feeling of trust, it would be years later that Howard would discover that CAA placed their own financial interests as well as the interests of production companies they also represented ahead of his own. Okay, Terrence is seeking unspecified compensatory and punitive damages. Interesting. They quoted him saying, I can't say for certain this was a racial issue, but I can't imagine another counterpart, a white counterpart, with the same accolades, name recognition, and numbers that I had receiving the low ball pay that I was receiving. Ooh, shit. Interesting. Girl, that makes me want to look at this a little more. I'm sorry. I'm over here like, I want to look at this a little more. Terrence Howard lawsuit. Girl, let me see what Variety over here talking about. I hope Variety got it a bit more detailed than what it is I'm seeing. Sorry, y'all. We're gonna have to get into this because I'm trying to understand more of what the hell going on. Because that man said he is suing. Terrence Howard sued CAA over Empire's salary. Sooner or later, you've got to stand up. Empire star Terrence Howard is suing CAA for breach of fiduciary duty, saying the talent agency allegedly asked him to take a lower salary for the popular show. He outlined his claims at a Friday press conference. Girl, that's kind of messed up. If you're my agency, I expect you to advocate for me in the best and highest forms possible. Okay. And it's sad that some people are out here tied to agencies that have their own interests, in mind versus your own. Not you asking this man to take a lower pay when you already know his experience. But let's keep going. They're saying Howard played music mogul Lucius Lyon on 6 seasons of the Fox drama that was produced by Imagine Entertainment. They're saying Howard's legal strategy asserts the agency did not act in his best interest by pushing for a higher salary, which is what I would expect an agency to do, because it had a profit participation stake through its package. So CAA had an interest in maximizing the total profit that 20 of TV realized on the series. So they had an interest. So what is given to me, and I could be misunderstanding this, so any agents that may know, go ahead and leave it in the comments. But how I'm understanding this is because they had a higher interest in the project and they were going to maximize on the total profit or whatever, it seems like they got him to take less. So let's say they could have potentially paid him $100,000, right? They probably was like, I wonder if he'll take 75 so that our company could keep 25,000 of those dollars. That's what it sounds like to me. I could be misunderstanding it, but that's how I'm digesting it, okay? They're saying since 2020, the practice of talent agencies receiving packaging fees on TV series was essentially banned after the Writers Guild of America waged a nearly 2-year battle against the Hollywood's largest agencies to reform the decades-old practice. Listen, this is interesting because I have always waited for the day where the crack in talent agencies in Hollywood comes. So you know how, like, when it comes to music, you can be an independent artist and be very successful and not have to actually sign to a label, right? Because it used to be like gatekeep as far as the industry was concerned. You had to go through a label in order to be big. And then at some point, as technology grew, things started to change. People started to shake and move out here without even being signed to a doggone label. I feel like Migos may have done that. Don't quote me. I feel like they may have done that for a minute before they finally signed to like a label, or before the person that they were working with created a deal with a label. And I feel like Russ is another guy. He's a rapper, white guy named Russ. Russ has been independent for a long time. I think he did sign to a label at some point, but he fulfilled that contract and hurry up and got the hell out. And he's still independent. Because really being in that contract with the label, he was already doing everything on his own. So what else could a label truly do for him besides give him additional exposure, if that? But for what? So I feel like, I don't know, a lot of people look at being signed like it's this grand thing, but I look at being signed as a debt. How can I explain? Like as a loan. Like you go and you get, like, how can I say it? I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm thinking about like a mortgage loan. That's all being signed is to me. You out here going to get with a larger company just to say that you're attached to this larger company. In return, they may give you a $500,000 deal, but you're going to have to pay $500,000 plus back to them. So it's like, do you really need them? I mean, I guess for exposure, but what about the people that get signed and they just sit on these damn labels and they don't go nowhere, and you out here just wasting time and money? Because everything you do, you're going to have to turn around and pay their ass for it. But either way, all in all, what I'm trying to say is I've been waiting on the day that it happens with the acting world, where people won't necessarily need an agent to get signed, to get on, or to be considered for opportunities or anything like that. Because I like that it's like that for the music industry. You can create your own lane, have your audience, even if it's just 10,000 people that support you. Okay, 10,000 times $10 of people that's gonna show up and do their thing. What's that? Is that $100,000 dollars? That's a lot of money to me. If you got 10,000 committed fans times what, $10, $100,000, you just came up. You know, if they met you at smaller venues or whatever the case is, and you toured, like, I feel like that's a decent amount of money. You could actually make a living and not be so, and be comfortable and not be so grand and be one of these huge stars and have everybody in your business. You out here still doing what you love or whatever. So I was just waiting on the day that happens with acting. I don't know if this is going to trigger anything, but shout out to the Writers Guild for letting these people know you can't sit up here and be trying to represent these actors and then turn around and make behind the scenes deals with these different production companies. Hell no. Okay, I don't like that. But anywho, they're saying that CAA has declined to comment. They're saying the complaint asserts that Howard was mostly in the dark about CAA's packaging fee. It notes that Howard was paid less than Mad Men star Jon Hamm and Kevin Spacey during his run on Netflix's House of Cards, despite the fact that Empire had more viewership than those shows. The complaints also fault CAA for representing Empire co-creators and executive producers Lee Daniels and Danny Strong, as well as Howard and other actors on the series. The complaint does not cite a specific dollar amount for damages, but it does seek compensatory and punitive damages. Child, I don't know. Y'all hands was a bit muddy, honey. They're saying Daniels and Strong, they're saying under normal circumstances, had CAA not been the packaging agent and had CAA not been concurrently representing the production companies where their sole financial interest would have been 10% fee from the compensation received by Howard, they would have most certainly fought for Howard in a manner that most producers are accustomed to seeing these type of agents engage in. But because they had their hand in the pile, okay, they got that man to take less. And I would sue the brakes off them too. Howard says that though Empire eventually amassed more viewers than Big Bang Theory, he was being paid less than the sitcom star Jim Parsons. His pay started at $125,000 and topped at $325,000 per episode. Now, to us, that's a whole lot of money. Like, dang, when you was doing good, you was getting this much, right? Some people can't even make that in a year. But at the same time, it ain't that good if your homeboy's over there getting $500,000 per episode. Hello? So, I don't know. Okay, so, girl, this is interesting. I want to see what's going to happen with that, baby, because Terrance is not playing with y'all. Terrance said, y'all going to run me my motherfucking money. You hear what I say? Run it. Well, either way, Mr. T, get luck. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about Terrence Howard and everything he got going on, honey. Because that's crazy. All right, let's go ahead and move on and see what else we got over here. Whew, girl, Jonathan Majors, honey, you in danger, baby. You and Miss Jabari Grace, girl, y'all in some trouble, girl. Okay, y'all was in some trouble. All right, because what they're saying is that Jonathan Majors apparently admits to physically attacking Grace Jabari in newly revealed text messages. Okay, he threatened to unalive himself if she sought medical attention. Now, Jonathan, baby, this don't look good for you, honey, and Megan, it damn sure don't look good for you. As you continue to go into that courtroom and you continue to sit there as you hear these stories. And what I'm questioning and wondering is, have you experienced, in the time that you've been dating him, have you experienced any slightness of what this young lady is saying that she experienced? Okay. And if so, as you're thinking about this and listening to everything, is it clicking for you? Like, oh shit, he kind of did that to me. Dang, but I'm in too deep. We already over here doing this case, this trial. I can't just jump ship yet. Like, what's going on? I want to know what's going on in Megan's mind. But guess what? The world will never know. Nobody's going to know. We're not going to know. All right. Now, the incident that they are speaking of is a previous incident that is not tied to the March 2023 incident. I do believe that it was an incident that took place last year, and it took place in London, from my understanding. However, although it's not directly related to the incident that happened between them, which is why he's actually on trial, it does kind of speak to his character, his mannerisms, and his attitude when it came to the navigating the relationship with this young lady. So I don't think that it looks good at all. I'm not saying she's a saint either, but what I am saying, because he's the topic of conversation right now, is that it's not necessarily looking good for him. But keep in mind, we don't know everything that's happening in the courtroom. We only know what the media is feeding us. The last thing they fed us was how he wanted her to act like Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama. Okay. Now the next thing they're feeding us is him admitting in a message that he got physical with her. Okay. And he didn't necessarily admit that he was physical. Like, I'm sorry that I slapped you or something like that. It wasn't that. But it was kind of like open-ended, left for one's interpretation. And as I read it, I definitely would assume that he did something to it. What he did, I don't know. But he did something. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. But let's go ahead and get into what they're trying to report here, okay? They're saying text messages between Jonathan Majors and Grace Jabari have come to the light, revealing Majors admitting to physical violence against Jabari in an incident dated 6 months prior to his arrest in March. They're saying messages from September 2022 detailed a fight resulting in an injury where Jabari needed medical attention. She goes on to say, I fear you have no perspective of what, let's see, I think this might be him. He says, I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital. They will ask you questions. It could lead to investigation, even if you do lie and they suspect something. Okay. Now, I believe she was saying in these text messages how she was having a headache and she just wasn't really feeling good or whatever. And she wanted to go to the hospital and get herself seen about. And I feel like, girl, you should have went ahead and went on, because he shouldn't be knowing how you moving at that point. But it also gives a person, to me, that has been in a, I guess you say abusive, relationship, that you feel so indebted to this person that you got to let him know, hey, I'm thinking about going to the hospital. Or you got to pretty much let him know your every move. Like, girl, what? I got to tell you, like, are you crazy? But anywho, let's keep going. All right. She goes on to respond to this when he was like, I don't think you understand what happened, because I don't think that you'll protect us, basically. Matter of fact, he was like, I don't think that you will protect us when you go to this hospital. Let me pull this up somewhere else, because I know I read something else that was a little more detailed. So let's see if they have some of the messages here. I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital. They will ask you questions. And as I don't think you'll actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation, even if you do lie and they suspect something. Okay. So this is what was being said. All right. And then that's when I do believe she goes on to say, so in that message, Majors also stated it's just fake. But based on that message put into evidence, because now it's submitted into evidence, baby, it was not clear what he was calling fake, and no context was provided in court. Now they're saying in the text messages displayed to the jury and read into the record by Jabari on her fourth and final day on the stand on Friday, Jabari appears to assure Majors that she would not blame him for allegedly causing an injury to her head. Okay. She goes on to say, I will tell the doctor I bumped my head. Jabari cried as she read aloud the message in court. Now, from my understanding, she did a lot of crying on the stand. They made her watch video and different things, and she was very emotional about it. She didn't want to watch it again. She was just really hurt by everything. So she did a lot of crying on stand. And the fact that she took the stand, in my opinion, so early, Jonathan, baby, you in trouble. Okay. Then goes on to say, they said, then unable to continue through her tears, Assistant District Attorney Kelly took over. She says, I will tell the doctor I bumped my head if I go. I'm going to give it one more day, but I can't sleep and I need some stronger painkillers. That's all. Why would I tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? Now, when she says that sounds like a person that did something to her. Why would I tell them what really happened when it's clear I want to be with you? Meaning, I'm not going to snitch you out because I don't want to see you go to jail, prison, whatever the case is. I want to be with you. Girl, Jonathan, you in danger, honey. They're saying the text messages, which were previously mentioned by prosecutors in a 115-page pretrial filing in October, are considered Molyneux evidence. I hope I said that right. Molyneux evidence. But they're saying which the New York State Unified Court System defines as conduct that is interwoven with the charged acts, okay, and may provide necessary background information or explanation to the charges that he currently has, in so many words, okay. That's the messy. They're saying in that filing, prosecutors mentioned medical records from London, because this took place in London in September of 2022. That earlier incident of alleged abuse had previously been ruled inadmissible, but interesting. Wait a minute now. That earlier incident of alleged abuse had previously been ruled inadmissible. Okay, but in a series of cross-examination questions, which presiding judge Gaffey had said lacked specificity, the defense opened the door to prosecutors being able to share with the jury text messages regarding their prior incident. Girl, so at first they weren't going to accept it, but now they're choosing to accept it. Now, I wonder if the judge chose to accept these text messages because when Miss Chandri started to Badger, when she started to question Jabari, I remember the judge saying something to her from what I read, like, stop being argumentative, this, that, and the other. So I feel like the judge didn't like how she was coming at that girl, and she probably did something that made him be like, you know what, admit that shit into evidence. Ain't no telling. I just wish I could watch the trial and not come up with my own breakdown or assessment of what happened based on what people are writing. Okay, they said one of Major's defense lawyers had drilled Jabari about why the morning after the alleged March 2023 incident, the woman had told emergency personnel that she did not remember how she had become injured. Girl, now this could be taken different ways. It could be that she genuinely does not remember because her ass was too drunk to remember. Or it could be that she don't remember because she's trying to protect him. Now, the attorney said Friday morning, I believe this was the district attorney said Friday morning, that Chandri had asked the questions in an effort to impunge Jabari's credibility, even though they knew there might be another reason she was not forthcoming. But that's what she's supposed to do. She got her client. Like, I mean, she's supposed to sit up there and try and break down that girl testimony to make it seem like she lying or something. I mean, she got a client she got to represent. Anywho, in those September 2022 text messages, Majors had responded to Jabari threatening suicide if his then girlfriend went to the hospital for her head injury. Girl, any man that's out here threatening that shit is toxic. I'm sorry. It's not looking good. Y'all might as well go ahead and cast, what's that boy name is, John Boyega or whatever his name is. Y'all might as well go ahead and release Jonathan from Kane. And it's just not looking good. And some part of me feel like even with the evidence coming out, let's say he's found not guilty. Based on what's being said about him, I feel like people have already made their minds up on what they want to believe. This big, strong, black, cocky black man with this fragile, blonde-headed white woman. Okay, girl, that is America's fave. A fragile, blonde-headed woman. You're done, in my opinion. That's what I think. So even if you were found not guilty, I just still feel like people are going to think like they thought about OJ. Like, oh, no, he really did it. He just got off. And it's probably going to be a minute. They probably still not going to want to work with you. But anywho, they go on to say, last night I considered unaliving myself versus coming home. This is what he sent her. I need love too. Or maybe I'm such a monster and a horrible man. I don't deserve it. And I should just kill myself. In this way, my existence is miserable. I want to die. Like, baby, get off my phone. If that's how far you want to take it there, baby. But get your ass off my phone. I ain't got time. Get off my phone, honey, with this foolishness. If that's what you want to do. Understand, if that's what you want to do, that has nothing to do with me. Okay, I'm not the one that did it to you. You will be the one that did it to you. That's gonna be on your hands and wherever it is you go after this life. But don't try and put that shit on me. It's giving y'all both enjoyed a little bit of this toxicness, but also I don't know. I don't know. Let's keep going. Jabari, who in court was turned in the direction of the projected text messages, had responded, I will not go to the doctor if you don't feel safe with me doing so or don't trust me to. I promise you I would never mention you, but understand your fear. Girl, hell no. Telling her that she could not reject his love and admonishing her for not hugging him after the alleged fight. Majors noted by text, I will probably unalive myself, is not really contemplating anymore. I'm a monster, a horrible person, not capable of love. Boy, Megan, are you hearing this? Like, are you hearing what this man is saying? And you just sitting up there holding hands and looking stupid as hell. Like, do you hear this shit? That man had mind control over Jabari. Jonathan, you can't say that I'm going to have to tell someone. She said, you can't say this. I'm going to have to tell someone. As the text messages were read aloud to the jury, Major, seated at the defense table in a black suit, we don't care, kept his head down, hands in his lap, his binder of notes shut. So the whole time she was talking, he was looking down. Honestly, to me, that's a sign of guilt, in my opinion. And you looking down only shows the jury that you're guilty. And chances are you about did do something. You know, they're admitting it into evidence, but we'll see what kind of evidence they're going to show at a later time when it comes to the incident. in March 2023. And I want Miss Chandri, since she was putting so much tea out there through the news articles and stuff, I want you to bring that video you said the cab driver has. Where the cab driver at, since you got evidence and a witness and all of that. Where's that tea at? But anyway, let's see. They're saying the details of that September 2022 incident were not further detailed for the jury, as that earlier incident is still otherwise precluded from coming into trial. Well, it's been admitted into trial from my understanding, so somebody needs to add some additional context of what the hell is going on. And y'all just sat up there and let Miss Jabari get her ass up off the stand, talking about her final day. You need to be on standby in case we call your ass back to give additional testimony. Excuse me? What else? I think that's pretty much it. In court Friday, Galloway then moved on in her redirect questionings of Jabari to the March 2023 incident, asking Jabari why she had initially told emergency personnel that she did not know how she had become injured. She said she was scared of the consequences of it. I still wanted to protect him. Okay, Miss Jabari, they asked, do you know who caused your injuries on March 25th? She said, I do. The defendant, Jonathan Majors. Majors is facing charges of assault in the 3rd degree with intent to cause physical injury, assault in the 3rd degree, recklessly causing physical injury, aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree, harassment in the 2nd degree in connection with an alleged fight between him and Jabari that spilled onto the streets of Chinatown in March. Now, from my understanding, with all of these charges, and I could be wrong, and I need to get that, but I read that he would only do like a year in prison or jail or whatever like that if he is found guilty, from what I read. And I think, was that on the Associated Press? I would have to find that to see, but it's not like a long extensive time, from my understanding, he would have to do if he was found guilty. But yeah, so we just gonna see how this play out, girl. This right here is a mess. This is a mess, Jonathan, honey. So it ain't looking good for you nor Megan. But you know, it seems like she gonna be trying to hang on just to hang on. So do your thing. And as much as people may sit up there and drag her and talk about her and why is she with this man and why is she with that man, it ain't gonna affect her career. Girl done already got renewed for Harlem season 3. It ain't gonna harm her at all. Everybody be out here getting with bombs or whatever the case, so it ain't gonna affect her too much. But it's still just, I mean, I feel like for me, I didn't really look at you too bad earlier on. When I first found out y'all were dating, I didn't care. And I kind of like that y'all didn't care either. But when I learn about these text messages and stuff, that kind of shifts my thoughts, because I'm like, how do you sit in the courtroom and hear what it is this lady has to say, and you still over here just hand in hand with him? I'm not going to lie, like that right there got me looking at you like, girl, what? Okay, well. Good luck. All right. That's what's going on with Jonathan Majors, honey, because it ain't looking good for player. It's really not. Okay. One of your incidences from last year is coming back to haunt you, honey. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and move on, because I want to get to Nicki Minaj, I do believe it is. She dropped an album recently. And they talked about it briefly over there on The Breakfast Club. So let me refresh and see exactly what they had to say about it.
No, this album didn't have a bigger rollout. Like, I'm mad that the album just dropped. Like, we knew it was coming out, but it's Nicki Minaj. Like, I don't even know who she signed to. Universal still?
I'm not sure.
I don't know who she signed to, but whoever she signed to, it's just like, yo, Nicki needed and deserved a bigger rollout.
What did you want? What would it look
record?
like?
Like, she got records on this album. Like, why wouldn't a single come out? You know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't a big video come out before the album?
Do you feel like the Wayne album and pushing the dates and all that stepped on it?
The label in general should have had a bigger plan for a Nicki Minaj album.
Yeah,
I am sick of big artists dropping and there's no rollout.
Yo, you know, the sad thing is when I seen it, I thought it was a surprise album because I forgot she was dropping.
No.
I remember she mentioned it.
Because she mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, like you said, and she said, she's going to change the date because Wayne and
yes. Labels,
and what's the name's out?
Baby.
I hate that, this album didn't have.
I kind of agree a little bit. I do agree. I know Nicki Minaj was doing the whole Gag City, and a lot of people started to buy into that. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of people that was getting into Gag City and stuff, and all on social media, different companies, different celebrities and stuff. were definitely buying into the Gag City. Now, I will say that as far as a marketing standpoint, I think it was smart, because to me, it was a lot of fan generated marketing, to where she was getting the word out by way of her fans and not having to actually pay the money to get her stuff out. Okay. So I'm like, okay, when you think about it from a business sense like that, I really don't think it's that bad, because you had a lot of bigger corporations that was trying to attach themselves to Gag City, because it started to be like this viral thing. And every time you see something viral, people want to attach themselves to it. And y'all know how big Nicki's fan base is when it comes to the Barbs. So let us show support for Nicki in this Gag City in hopes that, we'll garner some of that attention as well. So I see the method of the madness. But at the same time, I do kind of agree with Charlamagne, because it does make me think that it's not fair that y'all labels be lazy like that. And y'all gonna make so much money off this lady's album. The least y'all could have did was probably gave her even bigger promo. What that promo looked like, it could have been interviews, it could have been music. You could have had her billboards in so many different places, and she probably did have some of those billboards, you know what I'm saying, in different places. Y'all could have did some Instagram ads and stuff like that. Now, granted, a lot of the blogs did post about Nicki's album. Nicki has a large fan base. She constantly posted about it and did different lives on her page and stuff like that, so people knew that it was coming. But also, I kind of feel like Nicki's Barbs is such a big fan base that I think she's gonna do well either way, to where it's like she kind of solidified, like she's going to, her sales are going, she gonna do good either way it go, with or without the promo. Honestly, you know what I'm saying, with or without the promo, she gonna do well, because she has a large crowd that stays in tune with everything that she does. So they was gonna try to make it go anyway, right? But I still feel like Charlamagne ain't lying. Like, she is Nicki fucking Minaj. Okay, so if y'all wanted to get with Beats or get with a Boys or headphone, like partner with other products or Apple or whatever, to come up with like some type of headphones for Pink Friday 2, or perfume. I know she was dropping a perfume line. I think she was dropping some more perfume, but anything, like, y'all could have connected with some of these electronics or whatever. Like, y'all could have did more connecting, doing more partnerships for her, because I mean, she's Nicki, you know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, Nicki moving to a new space. She's like, because I'm Nicki, I don't have to do that regular marketing like I used to. I don't have to do that anymore. Kind of like Beyonce. Beyonce got to a place where she ain't even saying that. She just dropped. Like, girl, this is what I'm doing. Like, girl, I'm just dropping. I'm Beyonce, bitch. I ain't got to do all of that. Let's skip that budget. We ain't got to worry about the marketing budget, because my beehive, they going to make sure we good anyway. So maybe that's the approach that Nicki is taking, when it comes to her stuff. So I do agree a bit with Charlamagne, but I also see where Nick was kind of coming from. Like, I mean, the Barb's going, they going to do their part. So it is what it is. So she kind of saved money on that end, but I just feel like the label owe you that, because they finna make a lot of money off you. So, y'all need to, do what y'all supposed to do. But either way, album dropped. I got a chance to listen to it. I'll be honest, I have not finished it. I stopped at like track 19. And I think that's the track right before Nikki Hendrix with Her and Future. So I have to listen to the rest of it. But I have to say, there are quite a few songs that I do like. I myself am not like crazy about the album. But I don't think that it's a bad album either. I feel like she gave you a lot of different sounds on this album. In my opinion, I feel like I like at least, let me see. I feel like I like at least, can I pull it up over here? Okay, yeah. Let me try and pull this up so I can let y'all know which Nicki songs did I like, honey. But it's the Pink Friday, girl. Which ones was it did I like? Let's see. Okay, Are You Gone Already? I like that song. It's very different. It's awkward a bit. I felt like she was talking about Papa Bear, but I also felt like she was talking about her papa. Like her actual dad. So I couldn't really tell with the ins and outs. I knew where parts were about her son. But then when she was talking about somebody being gone already, I kind of felt like she could have been talking about her dad, because I couldn't remember if her dad got the chance to actually meet her son. So I couldn't recall. I would think so, but I can't remember. So I felt like it was like a double entendre thing where she was talking about her dad but talking about her son or whatever. So I do like that song. Barbie Dangerous is good. F This Club Up is good. Beep Beep. I like Beep Beep. I couldn't remember what it was, but when I played it, I was like, oh, okay, this Beep Beep is cool. Falling for You, I like. What I like the most about Falling for You is when she starts going into a different rap where she's like, picture me this, picture me that, picture me this, picture me that. Like that. Let Me Calm Down, featuring J. Cole. I pretty much love anything with J. Cole on it because that is my guy, period. Loves him down. However, that song was interesting because she kind of opened up and talked about her marriage. And I appreciate her doing that because I be wondering the dynamics with her and Kenneth, okay? So, you know, they be going through their little stuff just like everybody else. And I do feel like sometimes he can't handle the celebrity that she is. And I liked how J. Cole kind of tried to give a little advice, like try to hold it down because, you know, we're in a society where it's easy for marriages to fall apart like it ain't nothing. But I'm over here like, baby, Nicki's not going to be married to Kenneth forever. And ain't nobody finna make me believe that she is. That's DEAD for me. Hello? Okay? But I mean, it was cool. And her singing in this song where she was kind of talking about, I wrote a song for you and it was beautiful, and basically letting him know how beautiful he is to her and how much, you know, I guess she wants to be with him or craves him or whatever. To me, it felt like she was trying to appease his ego a bit, you know, because I feel like he has a lot of insecurities there because of who she is, who the hell he is, what his past is, and all of that. So I feel like oftentimes she might have to pat his ego and make him feel like you are that man, you are amazing, you are this, you are that, or whatever the case is, because he know he really can't compete with these other dudes out here that really got it like that, right? The only big thing, in my opinion, that he got on Nicki is history and that child. And honestly, it's more so the child than the history because she was with Safari for years, over a decade from my understanding, and that history did not keep them together. So, yeah, I feel like if anything that makes Nicki stay in this marriage, it's going to be the baby. It's going to be the child. And one thing about Nicki, I also feel like she heavily loves a challenge. Heavily loves a damn challenge. And to prove people wrong in a sense, too, because when people was telling her she shouldn't have married him or she shouldn't be with him, she didn't care. She still went on, married him, had the baby, whatever the case is. So she likes to go against the grain with a lot of things, and she's always been like that. So it's just what it is. Good luck. She has this song called R&B on the track with Lil Wayne and Tate Cobain. It's cute. I like Tate Cobain. Lil Wayne, why did you come on there? Why was you on there, Lil Wayne? Like, you did not have to be on there. We did not need you, okay? We did not need you. Let me put Nicki Minaj's name in here so we can just at least look at these. Look at the photo of Nicki. Okay, period. But we did not need Lil Wayne on that track. I know some of y'all are Lil Wayne fans down, but it's a DEAD for me, okay? Pink Birthday. I got to remember what this song was. I don't remember. Needle featuring Drake. I like that song. It's not like a go-to for me, but I like the fact that her and Drake did something different than what everybody would typically hear from them. It was a different sound. I can't remember Cowgirl. Don't remember Everybody. A Big Difference is cool. I still like Red Ruby the Sleeves. I do not like the Forward from Trini because I'm not really a Caribbean type person. I don't really get into that music often. So I'm really not crazy about that song at all. Pink Friday Girls. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That is going to be something. I think that's going to be her next big viral song, because when it comes to these like pop type style rap records, I feel like can't nobody do it like Nicki, and she kind of has that in the bag. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's definitely going to be a go. And that's really it. Everything else I have not listened to, or at least I don't remember it from the album. But I'm not going to say that it's a bad album, but I'm also not going to be like, it's amaze balls. No, that's not going to be me. But I will say that she gives you a variety of sounds on this album, you know. And I feel like if a lot of people are underwhelmed by her album, I feel like it's because y'all could have been heavily comparing it to the first one. the first Pink Friday. You know, and I just think she's not at that same place mentally. I feel like she gave us a little more. Like, what else do y'all want? Like, she gave us more details about her husband and stuff, you know? So, I mean, I don't think it was bad, you know? Give it another listen. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And we'll go from there. All right. So, good luck. Let's keep going. All right. Let's get into Iman Shumpert. Because y'all know that he and Tiana Taylor have been going through their issues or whatever. And, girl, it looks like they're saying Iman Shumpert is demanding that his ex Tiana Taylor not receive spousal support, child. I'm just telling this man, he don't want to pay her. He don't want to pay her. And then her claims about him being irresponsible with their daughter, he's saying she lying. I'm just telling y'all what's being said. I don't even know if Tiana really needs his spousal support, because I feel like Miss Girl is good as she is. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. Let me go ahead and bring this over, because it looks like they may have a trial date scheduled, but there was more, okay, that I wanted to get into. Let me go back, because there was more. Let me do this. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, there we go. Okay, so Iman Shumpert, okay, they're saying he denies ex Tiana Taylor's claim he used insurance check on himself instead of fixing a roof. Girl, what is going on here? Not you to use the insurance check on yourself. So Iman fired back at his estranged wife, claims he used an insurance check meant to pay for home repairs for his personal use. Now, according to court documents, the ex-NBA star scoffed at the accusation that Tiana made in her divorce petition. Okay, they said they previously reported that she filed in January after 7 years. She described the marriage as being toxic and claimed Shumpert was jealous of her success. Now she demanded child support, spousal support for their 2 daughters. Okay, they're saying in his response last week, he denied it was in the best interest of his kids to live primarily with her. He suggested the court determine the custody schedule. Now, in his filing, he also asked that Taylor not be awarded spousal support, but he agreeing to pay for the child support. They're saying in her petition, Taylor accused him of moving out of their home and into one of the parties' fully renovated turnkey homes while leaving her and their kids in the party's primary residence that has been under construction for the past 3 years, because the respondent has failed to pay his portion of the agreed renovations, girl. Now she said, She said they had an agreement where she would pay for a majority of the renovations, including the bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, which have been paid and have been completed. Now, Taylor said that he only had 2 areas of the home to renovate, neither of which is paid for or completed. That is effed up. Because I feel like her taking the initiative to take care of the main areas was because she already know how you move anyway. And either you don't got it or you irresponsible as hell with money. So she decided to give you a small portion, figuring that you will pull through and do your part that much. And you still ain't pulled through, girl. I can't. The entertainer said that his contractors told them he was not going to pay for the remaining renovations. That's some shady stuff. After she done sat up there and paid all of that, you want to turn around and say that you ain't gonna pay for nothing. Girl, that is so trifling. And girl, see, listen, Tiana, girl, that's trifling. And I just feel like he been trifling for a very long periodically time, and you been out here just having his back a little too fucking much, if you ask me. But anyway, that was your husband, girl, so I'm not gonna do what you want to do with yours. Now, in her petition, they said that she claimed that his failure to complete the renovations had started further demonstrates the spitefulness of him. Yes, it's definitely giving heavy on the spitefulness, the utter lack of concern for the safety of the party's 2 minor children. I would have been mad as hell. Not you got me up here living in an unfinished ass house and with these babies. Oh no. In addition, Taylor accused him of having cashed an insurance check that was supposed to be utilized to repair their roof to the primary marital residence. She claimed that he put the proceeds of the check into his personal bank account, kept all the money, but never fixed the roof on the primary marital residence where the petitioner and the kids remain. Now, he also admitted he moved into a new home, but denied Taylor had any right to the property. He claimed he purchased the pad before the marriage. So you had this house the whole time before y'all even got married? Okay. I'm over here wondering, was you renting it out or was you going over there taking other people to that house? Hello? Now, regarding the insurance check, he said he denied that. Any suggestion that he improperly, illegally, or in any deceptive manner converted such funds for his benefit or for any benefit other than that of his family. So he's saying that's not true. Whatever she's saying, that's not true. Well, baby, she gonna have to give us the amount of the check, who the company is, and you're gonna have to pull those records out. Y'all gonna have to go through his bank records to see just whether he's telling the truth or not. What else they're saying? Taylor and Shumpert attended mediation in October, but were unable to reach an agreement. Ooh, child. Now he was awarded temporary parenting time, and the court ruled he will have custody 4 to 6 days a month, is what they're saying. All right. And it also looks like Tiana Taylor and this husband of hers, the divorce trial date has been scheduled. OK, they're saying unless they can hash out an agreement on child support and custody in the next couple of months, it looks like they will be going to trial. Or at least it says the judge presiding over the ex's divorce scheduled a non-trial for March 13th, 2024. The order said the trial would last 3 days, with each side allotted half that time for presentation of both witnesses and argument. In addition, the judge said the parties' minor children will be excluded from the courtroom during the trial, even where ordered to be in the courthouse. So the kids will not be there. Now they're saying that Taylor, they're pretty much going into like the background of when she filed. Okay, they said that she accused him of being jealous despite the success and all of that. Okay, so yeah, that's what's going on, y'all, with the two. He get the kids 4 to 6 days out the month. He don't want to pay spousal support. She wants him to pay spousal and child support. He's okay with paying child support. If they can't come to some type of agreement, which I don't believe that they will be having a trial March 13th, 2024 for about 3 days to figure this all out. Okay, I just don't see them coming to getting on one accord. I just don't see it. I don't see that happening at all. He gives too spiteful for me. Just a hateful NIGGA. So for me, I just feel like whatever she said about this man hating on her success and stuff, it's giving a parent. How dare you sit up there and y'all supposed to be making renovations to the house. She did majority of the renovations, and then you turn around and sit up there and say, I'm not paying the rest of that. What? That's crazy, girl. And I just, And I believe what she's saying as far as him taking the insurance check and depositing it into his account. Because if that's not what you did, then where the hell did it go? Where did it go? Can you prove that it went on his house? Because it's not given that it went on his house. So where did it go? Yeah, girl, his whole image has it done shifted for me, girl. Cause it done shifted for me. So I hate that for Tiana. I hope they get this rectified. I know she gonna be so glad when she is done with this divorce and done with his ass, and all she over there again is her child support, maybe a piece of spousal if that's awarded, and she could just move on with her life, hopefully. Okay, because him debunking whatever claims she puts out there doesn't actually make him look like he's innocent in any capacity. To me, in my opinion, it just makes him it makes her stuff look more validated when he, debunks certain things. But either way, honey, good luck. Let's go ahead and let's move on. Let's see what else is going on? Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Not necessarily. I was going to talk about the Tiffany Red situation, but I may save that for a later time. This is Tiffany Red, that is close friends with Cassie, and she ended up writing a article or whatnot, I believe with Rolling Stone, speaking on the things that she witnessed with P. Diddy and Cassie, but I'll probably save that for a later time. Let's get into British. So British Williams, okay, y'all know that she is about to go off to prison for a few years, okay, due to fraud and things that she got caught up with, unfortunately. And what they're saying is she has asked the judge to kind of like push that time back because it's Christmas holiday. She don't want to have to turn herself in yet. She wants to be able to, you know, spend the rest of the year with her daughter. So hopefully they grant her that for her to spend the rest of the year with her daughter, and then she can go on and serve her time. I could see her getting out early. I don't see her being there the whole time, but we'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen. But it looks like she finds herself in a bit more legal trouble, they're saying. Just days before headed to prison, she's hit with $2,746 when it comes to a real estate lien. Okay, so it looks like she's going to be owing some money on something. Plaintiff, okay, comes now. Plaintiff by and through is counsel to record and defendant, although having, okay, hold on, let's see. I wonder if this is for a particular address. There's a housing and reinvestment corporation that looks like they're suing her. So hopefully she get that rectified. Okay. They're saying on or about July 21st, 2020, for value received, defendant executed a contract. A copy of said agreement is attached and incorporated in this petition. Plaintiff fulfilled all its obligation under the agreement. They go on to say the agreement is in default for lack of payment by defendant. They said plaintiff has sustained damages in the sum of $1,953, but they added on interest, okay? And they said that interest started in May of 2021. So it looks like there may have been some damages to the property that she was supposed to take care of and she didn't get taken care of. So now here it is. She's being sued for $2,000. Do I think, oh, okay. So this is the property. This is the location. She had that storefront. She was supposed to pay them people back. Girl, listen, I feel like she ain't gonna pay it. So Goodwill Hunting. Y'all can try and, sue her now. But she like, girl, I'm finna go to jail. I'll be in prison. So good luck for y'all trying to get that money back, because you won't be getting it back from me. Girl, yikes. At least no time soon. We'll see how that's going to play out. But girl, good luck. Is there anything else? I feel like there's nothing else that I really wanted to come to y'all about. Oh, yeah. This is the last thing. Last thing, and I'm going to get out y'all way. Okay. So it looks like Blueface. So first of all, I hate that these people still on my timeline, girl. They're constantly being forced. All right. And even when I overlook them, I end up peeking to see what the hell going on. So not too long ago, I think it was last week, Chrisean and his baby mama, Jada or Jaden or whatever her name is, they were over there together hanging out. Blueface had the son that he has with Chrisean hanging out with him. So I believe the girls could have gone to his house, trashed his house while he was away or whatever. But all in all, Blueface is alleging that he went and got a DNA test on the son that he has with Chrisean. And he says, tell me why I snook and swabbed this baby DNA test. He says, I took and swabbed this baby. He says, DNA test results came in. I am not the father, shaking my head. It's a bittersweet feeling because I was coming around to it, but definitely in my best interest. Thank you, Jesus. Then he says, I can't even pretend like I'm not happy as hell. Now, listen, I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, I feel like anything is possible. Some part of me hopes that he's telling the truth and that this is not his child. So I can kind of stop seeing interactions with Blueface and Chrisean, even though Chrisean is going to constantly force her way into whatever he got going on and vice versa. But I kind of hope it's not his child at all, so she can go on and do whatever she gonna do. But he trolls and she trolls so much that he probably put this out here and he's slick lying. So I don't know what the hell to believe, in all honesty, but I'm just saying that I kind of hope it's not his child, okay? For the best interest of the child. Hello? But that's all that I have. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about everything that I just discussed today on the quick chat, honey. I am Jami. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.